Welcome. In a previous video I upgraded the hard drive in this late 2007 Mac Mini, so I'll put a link in the description of that video. In this video I'm going to be upgrading the memory in this. So if you find this video helpful, I'll put a link in the description of this memory, and if you use that link it helps me out a little bit and doesn't cost you anything extra. So this currently has 1 GB of RAM in it. So on the Mac interface, if you go up here and click the Apple, you can go to About This Mac, and you'll see this screen here, and if you hit More Info, and then go down to Memory, you'll see here it says Memory Slot, and we have Bank 1 and Bank 0. And Bank 0 is empty, and the other one has 1 gig of RAM in it. So I had another 1 gig of RAM in there, and for some reason it quit working. I think the slot is bad. So here I have two 2 GB chips. That's really the only way I could find to buy it on Amazon, but it was pretty cheap. So I'm going to try this in there and see if both of them work, and if they don't both work, I'm going to see if one works. Since these are 2 GB modules, I can maybe double my RAM. I think if both work, you'll really only get 3 GB out from what I've read. So I'm going to try that out and experiment. So in my last video I cracked this open. I'm going to merge in that video to get to the point where we'll change the memory, and then I'll start filming again, and I'll put chapter marks in this video. So if you saw the last video and you know how to get into this, you can skip ahead to that point. So let's begin. So the first thing I need to do is turn this over, and you may want to put a cloth down if you need to protect the computer or the work surface. I'm not super concerned about it. We're going to take one of these pry tools here, and I'll just pry around the perimeter. So I'm just going to pry out gently. There's little clips in here that are holding it closed. I'm just going to work my way down. You see we're increasing the gap here. So I'm putting pressure on this and prying it apart with my fingers like this. So I'm going to shove one of these little guitar pick looking things in here so it doesn't close back up. I'll keep working my way around. I'll go to the other side, do the same thing. There we go. I'll try and get this back edge up a little bit. Make sure you don't cut yourself on this tool. If you slip. There we go, I'm in. There we go. It does make it more difficult to do when you have a camera between you and the device. But once we got it started, it's coming apart now. Just a little more. There we go. Okay, there's the inside of the aluminum part. A little bit of dust in there, but not bad. And these are all the clips we were pressing in on. So we're pressing in on those, and we're releasing them from this groove. So now that we have it open, let me zoom in here a little more. So next we need to take off the airport antenna, and that's right here. And we need to squeeze those in, but if you squeeze them too tight, they can break very easily. So I'll just do one at a time. I'll use this little spudger tool to go in there. And I want to push it back just enough till it clears. So that one's cleared. It hasn't come all the way out yet, but do the same here, and now that's off. And I just held this up in the back because it'll tip forward while I'm recording this. Now I can pull that out of the way. This spring is captive on here, so we shouldn't lose it. but that's exactly what someone would say right before they lose their spring, so be careful. Next, we need to remove this cable. I'm having trouble getting a light on this, so hopefully this helps. I'm shining a flashlight on it. So there's a little tab right here. So you have this ribbon and this tab, and you want to push up on this just a tiny bit to release that cable. So I'm putting this spudger tool under it, and I'm just lifting up. And there we go. I'll do the same to the other side. Okay, and this should lift right out. So there we go. Next, we'll turn this around here. So you want to look for this battery right here, and next to it, there's a little cable right there. And I'm going to use my tweezers to pull that off. There we go. Next, we're going to remove the screw here, and it's inside of this recess. So I'm going to stick a screwdriver down there, and I'm using this small screwdriver. I don't know what size it is, but find one that fits. And it's hard to use like a bit set on this. It's easiest to use a regular screwdriver. There we go. Just lost it. There we go. The next one is over here on the left. That screwdriver is not very magnetic. Next, I'll go to the opposite corner, which is right here. And finally, we'll go right in here. So these are the screws I removed. The first, third, and fourth are like the one on the left, and the second one is the one on the right. Okay, so now I can lift this up and out of here. Carefully, don't pull anything off like this cord here. Okay, we have it removed. You could clean this fan out if you wanted to. Okay, so I have the case open, and here are the two memory slots. The bottom one is filled. So to take these out, you want to pull out on these little metal tabs. So there's one here and one here. Go like that, just a little bit, and it'll pop up. Sometimes you have to pull the top tabs out to get the bottom one out. Let's see if it's holding it. There we go, just wiggle a little bit, came right out. We'll crack into the new ones. Here we go, and you want to ground yourself to the case, to some metal. So, like the heat shielding back here, that'll dissipate any shock. It's probably not a good idea to do this if it's super dry where you're at. I'll grip this by the edges, and I'm going to stick that in that bottom slot, like so. Okay, I'll press it in there. I like to give it a little wiggle up and down, just like that, okay? Then I'll press it in place, and these metal tabs will need to come out. It should push them out of the way, but you can help them a little bit. I'll pull them back, and now it's clipped on there. Okay, so that's one memory module. Here's the second one, same thing. Slide it in there. Okay, it's seated. You really shouldn't see many of the conductors down here, or any of them really. Okay, I can see a tiny little line of the conductors when it's pressed all the way down, so that's locked into place. So now that that's done, I'll switch back to the old video showing you how to put it back together, but I would leave this off and try it before you put that on and see if the memory shows up. So I'm going to show that procedure, and I'll come back and we'll check on the computer. And if it doesn't recognize all this, I'm going to take this chip out and try again. I'll bring this back over, and you have this connector here is going to go into there. So I'll put it down like this. And this airport cable was behind this little notch. Okay, that looks good. You don't want to force any of this. So now I'll put the longest screw in first, and that has this little like kind of notch thing on the CD drive. I'm using a magnetic screwdriver to get it down the hole, and I have to line it up. There we go. Okay, now reconnect this connector here. I didn't get a good shot of that, but I just used the tweezers and my finger to guide it in and push it in. Next, I'll put this ribbon back in the slot. Okay, it should go in super easy, like so. I just set it in there till it bottoms out. I'll take my spudger tool and I'll press down on both sides. This should all be easy to do. If anything's hard, then it's in there wrong. And now we'll go back to this Wi-Fi antenna. I'll stick it on here on this spring, and then I'll press it over these clips, trying not to break them. So I got it over one. This other one's giving me a little trouble. I'm going to push it in just slightly. There's a little pin right down there. I'm just going to give it a little wiggle until it goes in the hole, and now that's on there. Good to go. Okay, so I plugged in this connector and I plugged in the connector down here, and I turned it on and I didn't hear a chime. So I don't think this is working. You could reset the parameter RAM, which I think you boot up and hold down Command Option PR, but I don't think that's the issue here. I'll take the other memory chip out and then I'll try again. So I'll just hold this down to shut it down. I'll disconnect all the cables and take that second module out. Okay, so I took out one module. I'll try and start it again. We hear a chime this time. Here's the startup screen. It might take a little longer to boot now that there's a little bit more memory in it. Okay, that's booted. Not sure why that took so long, but I'll go up here to the About This Mac. And here we have 2 gigabytes of RAM in there. So if we go to More Info, and there we go, 2 gig of RAM. So I used to have 2 RAM modules in this and they were working. So if you buy both gigabyte modules, you may get the full, I don't think you'll get 4 gig, I think you'll get 3. If you try that, let me know in the comments. But that's all for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. If you like this video, please click like. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd appreciate it if you could do that. And thanks for watching. Until next time, goodbye. But if you are done with that, you can just take this, slide it on here. Make sure everything lines up, like so. There, you press it together and it'll be locked.